Alright guys, alright, getting this lift started. Did some mobility, so I did some 90-90s, some heel clicks, TKEs, banded ladder walks. 2 rounds of that to get everything warmed up, ready to go. Now, this is what we're gonna do as the primer before we get into our squats. I've done a couple warm-up sets of squats. I got 405 on the bar, but I'm feeling a little tight, so I wanna get some jumps in. I just did the first set here, just a seated jump. I'm going from the seated position, punching the ground, just trying to jump as high as possible. I'm gonna go 3 reps here, 4 total sets, so really just emphasis each jump, try to get as high as possible, take about a minute and a half in between. So go set 2 here. Alright, so a little up close and personal. End up doing 4 sets of 3 of those jumps. If your legs ever feel kind of like tight and tired and just like they don't have that pop to them, like they're just like slow and sluggish, especially on like a Monday or you're coming off a rest day, I highly suggest throwing some jumps in before because it'll get that spring back in you and it gets you feeling good. Also, you get some power work in, which power work is super important. You get some jumping in. Simple thing like that. 4 sets of 3 of a seated vertical jump, a seated box jump. I used to do a lot of jumps where I'd jump over hurdles, or I jump onto boxes, but like the setup of that, I hate. So like to jump over a hurdle, I have to get a bunch of foam rollers, I have to find a PVC pipe, and it's just so much easier to go to a bench and just start jumping. And I feel like I haven't been doing these as recently because like I've been overwhelming myself so much. I'm like, oh, I gotta go find 2 foam rollers and a PVC pipe. It's like, dude, just do it in place. Like, yeah, having a hurdle is cool, it's fun. If you could set up a hurdle, I highly suggest it because it gives you something to gamify it, but you can also just do it in person and just aim to jump as high as possible because that's what you're doing anyway. So highly recommend seated jumps are a great jumping variation, whether it's a seated vertical, as I said, or a seated broad jump. Doing a couple sets, 3 to 5 sets of 3 with like a minute and a half rest, get you ready to go to lift some heavy weights. So warm up for squats. The goal today is 550. Hit 545 for 3 last week. I mean, obviously, like, I want to add weight, so I'm going to add just small 5 pounds and see if we can get another set of 3. That's the goal. 550 loaded, locked and loaded. And this can be our top set today. So hit 545 for a triple last week. I want to get another triple. So I was thinking, how should I progress this? Obviously, yeah, it'd be sick if you just add weight every week. I was thinking, should I go 555, 560? But that's probably a very ambitious jump. So I'm just going to add 2.5s. 550 is more than 545, right, baby? You know, take advantage of those 2.5s. But the goal here is 3 good reps. Last week, 545 moved really well, and I would love to repeat it and get that in. It's now or never, baby. Let's go. All right, let's go. Big set. Come on. Let's go. Oh yeah. Come on. One time. Oh, we got 3, come on. Holy shit. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That took every ounce of me. I'm curious to see the angle. I felt like I might have been a little high. I hope not. I'll watch it back. But anyways, I was 3 reps. I'll take it. Holy crap, man. I'll be honest. Legs are feeling pretty heavy today. And it's so easy to go through the warm-up and be like, damn, my legs are heavy today. Maybe I shouldn't go for that top set. Maybe we'll back off or we'll have an easy day. Highly suggest not listening to your brain because some days you hit PRs when you feel the worst, or not the worst, but when you don't feel maybe 100%. And it's so important to kind of like tell your brain to shut the heck up and just do it anyway. So like even walking into that squat, I'm like, oh, my legs are feeling too good. I did that first rep. I'm like, that was way heavier than last week. I could easily rack it now. Did a second rep. I was like, luckily I have the safeties up. I might fail in this third one. And what do you know? I end up getting 3 reps and I just end up PRing. So sometimes just don't listen to your brain. Just come in, tell your brain to shut up, go through, warm up. And sometimes you get a PR. So heck yeah, that was a good set of squats, baby. My legs are, oh man, Whew. Let's rip. Long rest after that set. We got 520 now. We're gonna go 2 sets here. After further review, I watched back the footage and the depth was good. I'm fine with the depth. So we're gonna drop it 30 pounds. Last week I hit 515 for a 2x4. I'm at, again, just 5 pounds, a 2.5er. We're gonna try to hit 2x4 here. And then we're gonna do 4 sets. The last set we'll probably do 495, 500, and try to hit 5 to 6 reps. So sorry, you're listening to my butt, but I love squatting, man. I freaking love squats. Let's go, come on. Big squat, let's go, let's go. Come on. Big push, big push. Holy fuck. Oh man. Oh man, these are heavy. What we got for? What we get a second set for? To be determined after a nice 7-minute rest. We'll see. All right guys, so end up doing 515 again. Only got a triple. I'm gonna be honest, those 3 sets have beaten me up, baby. But that's the way we like it, eh? We don't want easy sets of squats. So what I'm doing now, dropped it 25 pounds to 495, and the goal here is to get a 5er. So I don't know, last week I ended up doing 545 for 3, then 515 for a 2x4, then 495 for 5. So this week I did 550 for 3. The goal was to hit 520 for a 2x4. I ended up getting 4 and 3, but I'd like to get 5 to 6 here. Kind of the progression, I've been doing these this is week 4 of this kind of block. It's been a top set between 2 to 4 reps and then 3 backups and like that 4 to 6 range. Obviously I did a 3, but obviously as it's done heavier, that's totally fine, totally fine. They're all hard, heavy sets. I'm not gonna get like caught up, oh, I didn't get the rep I wanted. You know, did I go hard in the set? Yes, that's all that matters. So we'll drop it one more time. Taking a long, long rest as always. Probably takes me about, start to finish, the time it takes me to warm up for squats, and then it's probably like an hour to do 4 working sets, but rest is king. Give me 5. Sicko. Sicko. Oh. Fight. Oh, come on, come on, big push, big push. Oh, come on, come on, push. Last rep. Holy crap. Second movement, we got a stiff-legged deadlift today. I was gonna do it for the deficit, that's what I did last week, but I was kind of warming up for it, and I'm just gonna pull regular stiff-legged. My low back is cooking from those back squats, so golly day, those 4-set squats took the life out of me, but that's what I love, man. I mean, it literally takes me probably an hour to warm up and hit all 4 of my working sets, and I'm just in between sets and I stare at the ground and listen to tunes, but I kind of like it. I love it. You know, just get psyched out for an hour, you know? Nothing better to get just the heart rate racing, just to make you feel something, baby. Make you freaking feel something, man. I love the gym. I think the lamest people in the world are the people who like don't get excited about anything. They're like, oh, why do you care so much, bro? The nonchalant people. Fellas, chalant max. Be passionate about something. Yeah, it's not life or death lifting, but it's fun to treat it that way when you're in the midst of it, because you know, at the end of the day, nothing really matters, right? So why not make something matter? I don't know if that makes sense, but that's kind of what I've always liked lifting, man. It's just, it's cool to be obsessed with something. If you're younger, man, shit, what else you got going on? You might as well get obsessed with something healthy, like lifting or working out or sports or whatever it is. So that's kind of always been my mindset with it. It's fun, man. It's fun to challenge yourself. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I love squatting, but I hate squatting. It sucks. It's hard. But you complete it, you feel so good, and when you're in the midst of it, you're like, let's freaking go, baby, let's go. And that definitely carries over to other aspects of life. So a lot you can learn from the gym. The gym's awesome. We love the gym. On a heavy leg day, we love it even more. We love it even more, baby. So, oh man, I am cooking. So we'll go set 2 here. The low back is pumped to the max. All right, guys, time to my weekly just get absolutely obliterated by the leg press. So we got 2 heavy sets here. I'm adding, I don't know if this is a soft move, because usually I only go up by 45s on a leg press, but I did 9 plates per side for 9 and 8. So I'm like, I want to be closer to like, go a little heavier, but I'm like, should I go 10 plates a side? What I end up doing is 9 1/4. So I added a 25. I don't know if it's an illegal move on a leg press. Usually it's one you just go up by 45s, but also that's a dumb way to think about. Why not? You don't have to progress by 90 pounds. 50 pounds is a big enough jump. So we'll go 2 sets here. The 1, 2, 3 punch. I do this every Monday. Squats, stiff legged deadlift, leg press. Once I get through this, it's smooth sailing. Even though, hamstring curls, leg extensions, calf raises are hard, but nothing compares to these freaking heavy compound lifts. They got away with you. But I'm just trying to procrastinate this set, man. I'm warmed up, so obviously I've used this leg press all the time. So honestly, I just did 7 plates for 2 reps just to all right, make sure I get my footing right and all that. And then from there, I just go straight into it because I already freaking been lifting for 2 hours now. So I don't need much more of a warm up. And that's how I do a lot of feel out sets. Usually for my main 2 lifts or all my barbell lifts, I'll do a lot of feel out sets as I add weight. But for a machine lift, I might do a little lighter and do 4 reps just to get a feel and make sure I get how the pads feel and all that. And then I get into it rather than wasting all this energy on these warm-up sets. I'd rather just get my hard working sets in. So unless it's a new machine, for example, I was at a different gym last week and I had to use a different leg press I haven't used before. Then, I have to feel it out because some leg press, can I add 10 plates aside to this or can I only add 5, So that's how I do warm-up sets. But just continue to procrastinate the set. I'm just trying to talk as long as possible because I know it's gonna be brutal. But 2 sets here, knees to chest. Lock in, just 2 sets. Just 2 sets, that's all it is. Let's go. Oh yeah, you got this. Oh. Before we can go back to the strings, we can go Elaine hamstring curl. I love this one. They have this Body Masters one that it's the best range of motion because there's constant tension all the way throughout. You start with tension on your hamstrings. So many hamstring curls, you can't even get a full range of motion because the weight comes all the way down before you get a full stretch. So this one's good. We'll go 2 sets here. Ooh, 6 to 10 range. Heel to butt, nice controlled on the way down. Let's rip. Oh. Oh. Alright, that makes sense. I was because last week I did this weight and I only added 5 more pounds. I got 2 more reps. I was like, damn, I'm weak today. No, I'm doing 35 more pounds than last week. That makes sense. I was like, this is so heavy. Oh yeah, all right. I just did 35 pounds more and I only got 2 less reps. So that's pretty good. All right, sick. Oh, you see a little slide in? Nothing like a slide in onto a leg extension, nice and smooth. 2 sets here, 8 to 12, so kind of all the leg press, or I guess the RDLs, the leg press, and the hamstring curls, I was like in that 6 to 8 range. These and the calf raise, I'll go more 8 to 12 range, kind of a little higher rep. I like higher rep leg extensions, or at least higher rep for me. 8 to 12 is kind of higher rep for me. Just feels good. I like getting the quads pumping. Gives me more time to really just stare at my quads. Just stare at the, I love, highly recommend, well, one, always wear shorts on a leg day. I don't know why you want to cover up the legs on a leg day. Shorts, and then you do one of these numbers where you pull them nice and high and tight. So then when you do leg extensions, you can see all the quadriceps. Very fun parts. But we'll go 2 sets here. Just to the first set. This leg day has kicked my ass in a great way. It's been a very, very good workout. Very hard, but the fueling strategy, man, the fueling strategy has been a game changer. Right here, 100 grams of carbs, 1 gram of sodium. I sip on that throughout the workout. I say I sip on it, but I finished it pretty much like on the first set of, actually on the last set of like RDLs. I need to space it out a little longer, but guess what? That's what fueled me through this. Look, this leg day, it takes me forever. It takes me like 2.5, 3 hours from warm up, jumps, all the squats, all the warm up sets. And I need food in between because otherwise I have my pre-workout meal like 90 minutes before I train. And then if I'm at the gym for, let's say 3 hours, hell, usually, 3 hours, that's 4.5 hours, takes me 30 minutes to get, it'll be 5 hours between food. So having those 100 grams of carbs while I'm training keeps the system going, So that's been a huge game changer. And then pre-training, obviously I had like 140 grams of carbs. I had like a pound of watermelon. I had 100 grams of golden grapes and then 15 ounces of skim milk. That's my go-to. And then of course I had some caffeine before a bunch of pre-workout because oh man. Woo. Oh yeah. Good way to finish leg extensions. Last move of the day. We are going calves and we are out of here. Alright, last move of the day. Little standing calf raise. Love this machine as well. Big standing calf raise fan. I'm not a big fan of seated. That's just because my right ankle mobility is trash and I just can never get deep on a seated. Just never feels good standing. Maybe it's because the weights on my shoulder just pushes me down. I get a big stretch. Or another one I really like is a belt squat and hold on to the end. That one's nasty, but the thing with that is you have to add like 8 plates. And having a machine is so nice, a pin loaded one, because first off, calves are the easiest thing in the world to skip at the end of a leg day because you're cooked, you're tired. And then if you have to do calf raises where you have to add like 6 plates, you know, you're way more likely to skip them. So having machines are key. So that's why I love this one, because all I have to do is one of these numbers, take it out, put it in, and we're good to go. So we'll go 3 sets here, driving up. So 1, 2, squeeze, 2, oh man.